Well, good afternoon, everyone, or should I say good morning, depending on where you are dialing in from. I'd like to welcome you to the Legal Shield National Webinar for Insurance Professionals. My name is Scott Brooks, and I'm based here out of the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And I have the extreme privilege to be your host and your presenter today. Now, before we get into this, we have several groups of people that are joining us today for this nationwide event. And I want to be sure to take a moment and acknowledge all of the groups we have joining with us today. We have independent insurance agents, and we want to welcome you to the webinar. We also have employee benefit insurance brokers with us, and we want to welcome you. We also have a couple of additional groups of professionals who are looking for alternative ways to help protect their clients and create a new stream of income, such as tax professionals. And finally, we have other B2B professional sellers tuning in who are looking at this information for a possible consideration of maybe even making a career move. So again, welcome to all of you. And regardless of which people group you belong to, I am confident that you will receive the information that you need to make an educated decision about possibly adding these services to help you increase your bottom line. So our main objective here at Legal Shield is actually quite simple. It is our goal to shield as many families as we possibly can from the rising costs of legal care and the ever-increasing threat of identity theft. And to that end, we want to protect as many employees as we can with our legal and identity theft services. And finally, we want to help you to be in a better position to offer new cutting-edge solutions to as many clients as you possibly can. So let's talk about our agenda for the webinar today. We're going to begin spending some time to help you get to know us better as a company. Then we will take some time to better understand the two primary product offerings that we have for you to consider: legal and identity theft protection. Next, we will discuss ways to position the product with your client base and build and strengthen your book of business so that you can increase your revenue stream. And then we will review the compensation breakdown, including the residual income component. And finally, we will lay out the next steps and how to get started with us for those of you that want to move the conversation forward and begin selling these services. Now, before I go too far into the webinar, let me take care of one important housekeeping issue. And I want to let you know, if you have any questions during the webinar today, along the way, you can submit your questions live in the GoToMeeting control panel. You're going to see a chat box or a submission for question box area where you can ask your questions. And if you could type your questions in there as we go along and as they come up, we have moderators that are here with us live to address your questions as they are raised. So please feel free to ask any and all of your questions as they come up. And then also at the end of the webinar, if time permits, we're going to also include a short live Q&A session before we conclude the webinar. So if you're ready, let's dive in. So let's address who is Legal Shield. Legal Shield has been doing this, folks, for a long time, since 1972 to be exact, and with a company that has over 47 years of experience in the industry. I just have to say, we figured out what works, and we've also learned what doesn't work. And over those 47 years, Legal Shield has established the largest network of provider attorneys in every state and provinces of Canada who are ready to help our members with their legal issues. So as you can see on the screen, our attorneys take an average of 2.1 million requests for legal assistance annually from our member base who are enrolled in these programs. Many of them are the employees or the workforce of North America who've enrolled through our employee benefit programs. And now they have access to affordable legal care without spending a ton of their hard-earned money to get the legal help that they need. And that's why we exist, to help people with a solution that saves them money and saves them time and gives them peace of mind. And in the way that we accomplish this, It's through our dedicated Business Solutions division that is here to help you and the over 140,000 businesses that are already using our programs throughout North America. So let's get to the obvious question of why are insurance and tax professionals and benefit brokers and other professional sellers adding Legal Shield and ID Shield to their portfolio offerings? Well, it's actually a pretty easy question to answer. I mean, just think about identity theft in the world we live in today. Identity theft is a number one consumer complaint. It's the number one rated crime in America. It's on top of mind for everyone. And the truth is, everyone is wanting to protect their personal and sensitive information. And with the rising number of data breaches happening almost daily, the need could not be more practical or natural for you to offer a qualified and proven solution to your clients. Next, by offering these products, you can help your clients by providing a benefit that they both want and a benefit that they need to help them navigate life and, life's issues like when legal questions come up, or knowing their legal rights in any given situation, or getting their wills prepared, or estate planning, or helping them with other family matters such as divorce or separation or adoption. The big picture is to provide products that provide value to your clients so that they can be better protected. We also want to help you to protect your accounts and really to protect the relationships that you have already developed with your client base. We want to protect that from potential competitors who might try to come in and offer your clients these type of programs. And this might include relationships that you have with HR professionals or company business owners, and of course, your end users and clients. We know that you have worked hard to establish those relationships. And by offering these types of programs, it will help you to insulate your book of business from the worry of someone else coming in and maybe stealing your client because they offer more comprehensive options or benefit solutions. There's an old saying that says someone is going to offer legal and identity theft protection to your clients. But the question is, will it be from you? And I certainly hope that the answer to that question is yes after you have gotten this information today. And that is the sole purpose of this webinar, to help you get the information you need to make that decision. Because as far as we're concerned, your clients might as well get these services from you. And we certainly hope that you would agree. Now, finally, we want to introduce you to a new revenue stream that you can add to your business model that maybe you did not have before. For most insurance professionals and benefit brokers, you're already meeting with clients, already offering solutions that make sense to you and to them. So if these products solve a problem and they're easy to present and implement, then why would you not want to help protect more people and at the same time generate a new revenue stream for your business? For most of the professionals that I have worked with over the years that I've been with Legal Shield, they tell me that it just makes good financial sense to provide new and powerful benefits for their clients. Because we want to not only have powerful benefits to offer, but we want to provide protection for families and businesses. Maybe you have a business model that protects businesses as well. So you can protect those families and businesses with these proven solutions. And finally, you can get more needs for your clients resolved. Because when you take care of more needs for your clients, you become more of a trusted advisor. So let's move forward now and talk about identity theft. Our identity theft solution here at Legal Shield is called ID Shield. And identity theft, of course, has been the top consumer complaint in North America with the Federal Trade Commission for over 15 years. Victims often spend a ton of time and money working forward trying to deal with this problem of identity theft. The criminals are just getting smarter and breaches are happening far too often. So what we should do is we should ask ourselves, have you personally, or have maybe your employees or any of your clients ever worried about being a victim of identity theft? Or maybe you've had your personal information exposed or at risk. Or maybe you've lost your wallet and gone through, that situation, trying to shut down all the cards and close all the accounts. And maybe you feared the security of medical information being breached from one of the recent large medical provider data breaches that have occurred. Or maybe you've worried about entering your personal information online. The reality is that we all have these kinds of concerns. And the impact on victims, or maybe on employees or your clients, is that victims of identity theft have problems securing loans because maybe an identity theft criminal stole their identity, opened up a new loan, and then defaulted on it. Now your client is struggling to get a new loan because their credit has been destroyed. Or maybe it causes harassment from debt collectors on those debts that they do not owe. Or in extreme cases, people can be arrested for crimes that are committed by an identity thief in their name. And of course, it can cause red flags on background checks and people trying to get certifications and promotions and employment. And if you're a victim of identity theft, it should go without saying, it's going to cause a certain level of stress and anxiety and pose a difficulty in focusing at work. Certainly, it's going to cause increased absenteeism. Data breaches, we've mentioned it a couple of times now. They're happening in the news almost daily. Just a few recent ones that we can think of off the top of our heads. Marriott Hotels, 500 million people's data was breached. Quora had a breach that included 100 million people's information. Facebook, 50 million. Panera Bread, 7 million. T-Mobile had a breach that included 2 million of their users. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, because you and I both know there's so many more breaches than that. Not too long ago, Equifax, one of the largest credit bureaus in North America, said that they had their information exposed and they lost 145 million people's personal information. It exposed the entire credit file. So think about what's in there: name, address, date of birth, social, bank accounts even. Nothing could be more invasive than that. And I remember watching the news about this data breach those couple years ago. And this CNBC news anchor, which is displayed on the slide here, he was interviewing a man who was like an identity theft expert. His name was Morgan Wright from the U.S. State Department. And the news anchor said to Morgan Wright, he said, "So what should we do? How do we protect ourselves from these ongoing threats?" And it was thrilling to all of us here at Legal Shield and ID Shield when Morgan Wright said, "Well, I use a company called ID Shield because one of the things that they have is actual investigators. If anything happens, you have real investigators who go out and fix the problem." Well, that was not a paid plug or a paid advertisement, but it certainly was a very wonderful endorsement of the credibility of our services that we offer. So let's talk about this solution, ID Shield. What we want to do is we want to partner with you. That's why you're here, and help educate your clients and their employees about the benefits of purchasing a comprehensive identity theft plan. And in our opinion, ID Shield is the best solution out there. ID Shield doesn't just monitor your credit. It's not just a website. It's so much more than that, with comprehensive monitoring and alert features. So ID Shield provides holistic monitoring of sensitive information and personal information as well. We can monitor virtually every area of someone's identity that they choose to monitor. ID Shield is the only identity theft plan that employs licensed private investigators who actually get involved in the restoration process to work on the fraud situation or the identity theft situation for you and for your clients. And honestly, folks, that's huge. When you're talking about offering this to employers want this type of solution because it gets their employees back to work faster, knowing that they have the experts helping them to resolve the matter quickly. So the ID Shield, of course, has a wonderful and beautiful interface with a mobile app. It has real-time monitoring. So as I said earlier, you can monitor just about every area of your personal life. It's a comprehensive monitoring solution, which covers a wider variety of information than our competitors. ID Shield sent over 6.5 million individual fraud alerts just last year alone to our members, warning them and alerting them to a potential problem. And to me, the greatest part of this monitoring feature is you can monitor your credit, your bank accounts, your loans. You can monitor your privacy. You can monitor all your secure information, which includes just about everything you see on the list and even more: names, date of birth, socials, passports, driver's license numbers, medical policy ID numbers. Again, social media accounts like email addresses and passwords, and credit information like bank accounts and credit cards. And really, it's just an extensive list that can be set up so that if anybody is detected using our members' information and suspected in a fraudulent way, we will detect that and alert the member properly so we can shut it down quickly. And perhaps one of the greatest features of ID Shield is simply the unlimited consultation and the guidance. If you just have a question, unlike other offerings that exist out there, there's no extra fees with ID Shield to access personalized help and professional assistance from our ID theft consultation hotline, and to get the best practices on, how to protect your social and your online financial transactions. Now, the most major difference of all, if you really ask me, Scott, what is the most significant difference of ID Shield when it's compared to others, is the full service identity restoration. If you're a member of ID Shield and you become a victim of identity theft, you have access to a dedicated one-on-one relationship with a private licensed investigator who's going to not only listen to what happened, but they're going to get involved and they're going to help you and help the member to restore their identity to its pre-theft status. And the way we do this is by using a limited power of attorney so that the member gives the investigator the ability to make phone calls on their behalf and to file paperwork on their behalf and to really do a bulk majority of the cleanup on the member's behalf. And of course, it should go without saying, a comprehensive program like this has 24/7, 365 emergency assistance available to our members, an unlimited service guarantee, which is real simple to explain, and that is that there is no limit. ID Shield and the private investigators are going to be involved and restore the member's identity without worry of reaching any sort of limits. And included on top of that is the $1 million insurance policy for any other expenses that might not have been able to be recovered during the restoration. We've got our members' backs with the $1 million insurance policy. Now, we talk a lot about this mobile app. One of the cool features of the mobile app is that our members can stay connected to their investigator with the ID Shield Plus mobile app and be able to communicate back and forth as to making progress on the situation. Now, the ID Shield, let's talk about who's covered and let's talk about the pricing structure. Now, you can see here on this screen that there is a street price, or we call it retail pricing, of $24.95, and that'll protect the entire family. So that would protect the member and a spouse or significant other, as well as all of the children in that household. Now, in the group environment, like an employee benefit environment, we give a pretty nice discount to our employee groups, and we sell that family plan for $18.95. And if that doesn't give you the advantage and you still find the need to be even more competitive, we can even offer that with our large group pricing in a competitive situation for $15.95 at the discretion of the contractor. So these plans cover the member, they cover the member's spouse, it covers up to 10 minor dependents up to the age of 18. And for our employer groups, we extend that coverage up to the age of 25. So you can see here in the subnote, dependents who fall into the category of 18 to 25, they don't get the full service after the age of 18, but what they do get is maybe, in my opinion, one of the most important features, which is the complete restoration and unlimited consultation from a licensed private investigator. Now, it would be important to also note and mention there is an ID Shield individual plan down here at the bottom of this slide. If just an individual that's not married with no dependents is interested in subscribing, that pricing on the retail value would be $9.95. In a group discount environment, it would be $8.95. And again, if you need to be a little bit more competitive, we can take another 50 cents off for a large group discount of $8.45. We also want to let all of you know that ID Shield can also include a 3-bureau credit monitoring option. So if your member requests the ability to have all 3 bureaus monitored, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, etc., then you can offer this as an option to your clients. And of course, there is a different pricing structure for that. Now let's move to the portion of our webinar where we talk to you about our Legal Shield product. Let's talk about the main reason why people don't seek legal counsel. People don't seek legal counsel, ladies and gentlemen, because they're intimidated by lawyers. I mean, think about if you've ever had the need to call a lawyer, who do you call? And most people don't know who to call. And what's it going to cost? People are concerned about what the expense is going to be. Did you know that the average cost of an attorney in the United States today is right at about $287 an hour? And for most people, probably most of your clients and most of your client group employees, $287 is a lot of money to get a question answered or to find out what their legal rights are, or maybe the best way to navigate a legal situation. So the most common response to a legal situation when they're not covered by a program like Legal Shield is the member tries to ignore the problem, cross their fingers, hopes it goes away, or maybe try to handle it personally, or maybe even try to get the advice of a relative or a coworker. And my favorite is someone trying to Google search the answer to their legal matter, which, Google's never passed the bar exam in any state, and you don't even know what kind of answer you're getting from somebody. They may not be understanding the jurisdictions of state laws or county laws that apply to where you live. So we did a research paper, and we know this is true because a few years ago, we hired a company called Decision Analyst, who is known for doing various research for many Fortune 500 companies. And they did an exhaustive research study for us that concluded that what most of us probably already know, and that's that 90% of Americans say they don't have any form of legal insurance or any form of legal protection. 2/3 of Americans say they've never even heard that a subscription-based legal service plan existed. And probably my favorite statistic is that when we showed these programs to some potential clients, more than 60% of them reported that they would be interested in purchasing a plan like Legal Shield if it was made available to them, maybe through an employer or through a relationship like they have with many of you that are professionals. So we know this is true, and here's why. Because employee legal problems, we know that they cost employers in terms of absenteeism, reduced productivity, and of course, increased health insurance costs. When employees are stressed out and they go to the doctor more and they miss more days off of work, that can cause insurance premiums to go up. And we've concluded that 57 million full-time working Americans experienced at least one significant legal event in the past 12 months. And the sad part is that 40% of them did not seek any type of legal help or advice for their problems, mostly because they couldn't afford it. And that's where the need comes in for a solution like Legal Shield. Legal Shield is experiencing record growth because we offer disruptive innovation. We make accessing attorneys more affordable and more accountable. Our attorneys have to get back to a client if they call within 4 business hours. And there's many different requirements put on our law firms that makes them accountable to the process. And that's a much more responsive situation for the member. The bottom line is having a service like Legal Shield makes it simpler, easier, and more affordable for your clients to access the justice system. So let's talk about what's covered with a Legal Shield membership. And of course, we've got the picture on the left of the screen showing our mobile app, which has recently been updated, has a beautiful interface, and provides easy access for our clients to most every single one of the services we're going to talk about. So let's start with this list of services, which includes personal legal advice for an unlimited number of issues. Simply put, that means that our members that are protected can call their provider law firm. They can get questions answered anytime, get advice, get a second opinion, find out the best way to handle a legal situation that maybe they're not sure how to address, and they never have to worry about the cost. that is on an unlimited number of issues, which is phenomenal. It doesn't run out. The attorneys can then get involved by sending letters on your behalf. They can even do contract and document review up to 15 pages. Many times a letter written from an attorney from the law firm can help resolve a legal matter much more quickly than we can resolve on our own. A Legal Shield membership also includes IRS audit coverage for covered situations. It also includes trial defense protection for covered situation. It includes coverage for family domestic services, such as uncontested divorce and adoption, separation, annulment, and name changes. The one thing to note here, and you can get all this information from our materials that we'll make available to you. Some of them are available right here on your webinar control panel, where you can download several of the documents that have the breakdown of all of this information. But I was just going to point out the family domestic services portion of the legal plan has a 90-day wait period. In other words, a member can't sign up today and divorce their spouse tomorrow. There's a 90-day wait period. So that just wanted to put that out there and let you know that that is on that part of the contract. Now, one of the most used portions of our legal plan is the estate planning solutions, where our Legal Shield attorneys will prepare your will, your living will, and your healthcare power of attorney. And these are services that clients are looking for to get taken care of. When we ask people why they don't have a will, simply put, they say they don't know how to go about it, or they say it's just too expensive. And again, this is included in a Legal Shield membership at no additional cost. Our members can simply download the mobile app, and they can even complete their will questionnaire right through the mobile app with the press of a button. And our new and improved will questionnaire is just phenomenal. Gives us and our clients the abilities to have our will prepared right through the mobile app with a brand new interface, a brand new design. Members can provide even more information up front and submit that document to their law firm right from the mobile app, in which the law firm would call them back to have a discussion with them about, their wishes and their desires before they execute anything. Now, our legal plan also takes care of handling traffic citations and speeding tickets and things like that. All our members have to do when they're issued a ticket is take a picture of the ticket, again, using the mobile app, submit the ticket to their law firm by clicking the transmit or submit button through the mobile app, and that ticket automatically gets sent to your law firm, and they will call you back the same business day to talk about the ticket. And the truth is, many times, when an attorney gets involved in helping us handle our traffic citations, it helps to keep our points low, which results in keeping our insurance rates lower. And again, everything I'm showing you is included 100% in the member's legal plan at no additional expense. Now, every legal plan includes 24/7, 365 emergency access. And what that means in these terms now is over here on the right. Simply put, if your rights, your freedoms, or your liberties are ever being denied or threatened, then your members have the right to speak to an emergency access lawyer 24/7, 365. And in the world we live in today, that's sometimes not a bad thing to have. Now, we also want to let you know that all of our members would also receive a 25% preferred member discount if they incurred any type of legal expense that wasn't covered under their Legal Shield membership. Now, what does that mean? Legal Shield is robust and comprehensive, folks, but it's not designed to cover everything that could ever happen. Just like health insurance and dental insurance policies, they cover a lot of things, but there's some things where there's going to be a copay, for example, and Legal Shield is no different. So if our members are, for example, filing bankruptcy, or they have a criminal matter that wouldn't be covered under the normal legal plan, they can always access our attorneys for non-covered type events at a 25% discount, which means they will never again have to pay full price for legal care. So the legal plan, let's talk about who's covered and the pricing structure. You can see here on this slide at the top, the street retail price, $24.95 if you're just selling, face-to-face, belly-to-belly to an individual or a family. In the group environment, there's a discount. The group members would pay $23.95 for the legal plan. And again, we mentioned before, if you need to be really competitive at your discretion, you could get the price all the way down to $20.95. And again, that's a family plan that covers the member's spouse, never married dependent children under the age of 26. Dependent children, of course, would be covered to the age of 18. What I love is that Legal Shield also includes physically or mentally disabled children for any of their special legal needs. As long as those children are living at home and the parents are still the legal guardian, there's no limit to the age for those individuals. And of course, our employer groups, it raises the dependent coverage up to the age of 26. So pretty phenomenal coverage in our opinion. So we just want to bring it down to this question of which would you choose? If you needed advice, or you needed to get a question answered, or you were looking for a second opinion, or you were having a problem with a utility company, would you rather call a lawyer and have to pay a retainer up front and then possibly have to pay $250 an hour for accessing that attorney's advice? Or would you rather be a member of a Legal Shield subscription and be able to access not just an attorney, but an entire law firm based in your area, in your state? And you can access that attorney unlimited for less than $25 a month. We personally think the choice is pretty clear. Now let's talk about the rates in terms of combo offerings. So for example, you're looking at this slide, you can see again that we've got the retail rates right in the middle, the legal plan $24.95, the ID plan $24.95, and many of our clients choose the combo or the bundle of getting both plans. That would come to $49.90 a month. But in the group environment, it's even more attractive because, as we told you, the legal plan can be discounted to $23.95, the ID plan in a group setting to $18.95, but we can offer that at an even further discount in a combo scenario for $38.90. It's a further discounted amount because they're enrolling in both plans. And if you need to be really super competitive, you can see the competitive large group rates there on the far right and the large group discount for the combo. You could get it down all the way down to $33.90 for a combination plan if you needed to be competitive. Now, along with every Legal Shield membership, we also provide our members free subscription to one of the largest employee discount programs in the United States and in North America called Member Perks, which allows our members to access services that maybe they're already using at a discount. So just to show you a quick example of some of the things that I've used it for, I've used these plans for things like getting a mobile phone discount every single month, or getting discounts at Office Max or Office Depot. Our family is getting ready to go see the brand new release of The Lion King, and we can get discounts from different theaters using our member perks. We get a discount every month on our cable subscription. Sometimes if we want to go to a ball game or a concert, we can get discounts through Ticketmaster or rental car discounts or auto parts discounts. There's over 500 different discount partners, and the idea is it can further help your members to offset the enrollment expense of becoming a Legal Shield or ID Shield member. Now, switching gears just a little bit, we also have a small business plan, which is available to our small business owners. So those of you that are engaged in small business or types of sales that protect small businesses with comprehensive insurance services, think about, have your business owners ever had questions about hiring or firing employees, or had difficulty collecting debt that was owed to them, or been in a situation where they thought the advice of an attorney might help the business, or maybe been in dispute with a vendor or signed a contract they weren't sure about? Well, Legal Shield has a small business plan that is designed to protect small businesses up to 100 employees. And the reason this is an important need for small business owners is nearly 60% of small business owners who said that they experienced a legal event in the past 2 years reported not hiring an attorney to help them, claiming that the high costs of getting access to an attorney was the number one reason. And those people that we talked to, owners reported spending an average of $7,600 in legal expenses per year. Folks, we're talking about small businesses here. $7,600 a year in legal expenses, and 20% of those say they spent more than $10,000 per year getting access for legal help. Well, Legal Shield, as I said, has a small business plan solution. They have 3 different plans for 3 different business needs. And based on the plan that our partners or our business owners enroll in, it depends on how much coverage they need. So for example, our small biz plan, $39 a month, might give that member up to 20 calls or letters written per year by their attorney. And you can see the next plan, an $89 a month plan, that member might be able to get 30 calls or letters per year, and so on. It goes up with the different level plans that go up. The business in these 2 plans here, the Small Biz 50 and the Small Biz 100, they can even get trial defense protection for the business if you have clients that are concerned about potential lawsuits. Folks, this is an incredible product that you can offer them. We also want to let you know we have a commercial driver's legal plan. For those of you that have access to commercial drivers as clients or commercial driver groups, in the employee benefit arena, we've got a commercial driver plan who protects those type of CDL drivers and protects, their family assets in the event of an accident, helps protect the driver's ability to earn a living. And there's a lot of things that this covers we're not going to get into right now. But if you just talk to the person that invited you to this webinar, they'll be able to address all of those different areas if that's of interest to you. And then the last thing I want to cover very quickly is that we can even offer our client groups a gun owner supplement added to a legal plan. Gun owner rights, gun owner enthusiasts, Second Amendment rights and enthusiasts, they're concerned about these things. And gun owner insurance is a really big deal these days. And Legal Shield is proud to be able to offer this gun owner supplement, be able to help your members in the event of a gun-related accident or a concealed carry type matter. Okay, so that's a pretty nifty feature as well that you can offer as an option to your clients. Now let's talk perhaps about one of the most important parts of this webinar, and that is how do you fit these services into your daily operations? I mean, how do you communicate with your clients today? So if you typically would communicate with your clients by email or periodically making phone calls or other forms of marketing materials that you send them, well, you could just include the legal and the ID Shield plans in that process that you already have established that's working for you. You could let them know that you're offering these programs now. So simply put, we just want you to ask yourself the question, how do you service your clients today? And then begin including Legal Shield and ID Shield materials, marketing information, the same way you would any other types of marketing information or sit-down presentations that you would normally conduct with your clients. Think about what services do you offer today. Think about how these plans could be incorporated in that type of a presentation. I mean, because quite certainly, we would think that if you've taken some of your valuable time to be on this webinar today, then you probably are at least open-minded and looking for ways to expand your current client offerings today. So what we want to let you know is that we're here to help you to succeed. We have the tools to help you reach your clients. We've got materials you can give to HR professionals. We've got portfolio of service materials. We've got some of these already attached to this webinar. Right there, you can see it as a PDF attachment that you can download to help empower you so you can start having some of these conversations with your clients or employee groups right away. We've got the ability to help you with self-serve proposals. We can help you with our online printing solutions where you can print in bulk using a high-quality printer or copier at your own office or through, Staples or Office Depot. And of course, don't forget to use your Office Depot discount if you're a Legal Shield member. And you can personalize all of your materials and have them printed right in-house. We also offer all of our associates and partners a supply store where they can get materials and promotional items. And we even set up our insurance and broker sellers with $250 in material credits, in production credits, so you can start stocking some of these already printed materials and gift promotional items to give to your clients right away. And then as you sell more, you earn more production credits, so you virtually never would have to spend money on some of these marketing materials. So let's talk for a moment about cross-selling opportunities. So for example, those of you that are life and health professionals and you're talking with a life health insurance client, you might be able to incorporate legal solutions by saying something like, now that we've been able to discuss your life and health insurance needs, do you mind if I ask whether you've updated or completed a will for yourself and for your family? You see, the idea is that the conversation flows naturally. If you're helping protect them with end-of-life matters, then certainly you would probably want to be able to offer them an affordable solution to getting their estate planning completed. What about an auto insurance client? You might be able to say something like, now that we've been able to discuss the value of protecting your vehicle, what if I can show you how you can maintain your low insurance rates for the foreseeable future? And then you would get into showing them how a legal plan can help keep, any speeding tickets that they get or their spouse or even their teenage drivers, like I used several times. Those tickets can really cause insurance rates to go up, and you can help protect your insurance rates from going up by then offering them the legal plan and showing them how that goes hand in hand. And then what about a commercial insurance meeting with a prospective business owner? You might be able to say something like, now that you see value in protecting your business with commercial lines, can I share with you the services we can provide for your employees? Or now that you see the value in the services we have offered to your employees, you could flip it around and say, can I share with you how we also protect businesses against the rising cost of legal care as well? So those are just some of the many examples you could use to have a natural conversation with your existing clients to fit these products and services in. So let's just talk for a moment about the Legal Shield broker contract requirements. Agents that are coming in as a broker under our general agency agreement or even our broker agreement, they must hold an active insurance license. Selling agents must be licensed in the state where the benefit or plan is sold if it's required. Now, what that's referring to is that Legal Shield is actually regulated in about a dozen states nationwide, and it requires a very simple seller's license, if you will, to sell Legal Shield in that state, usually at a very minimum cost. I live in South Carolina technically, and South Carolina is one of the licensed states, and I believe the annual license is $40. So it's not a big expense, but you would want to talk to the person that sent you this information that's helping you get your business set up to add these products, just to make sure that licensing is addressed. And then the commission structure would start depending on your contract terms, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. Some group types will impact the commission structure. And also, we want you to know up front that premiums will also impact commission payout. So hopefully all of that will make more sense when we get into commissions here in a second. So there's 4 ways for you to earn commissions with Legal Shield. We've got, obviously, commissions that are paid when you make a sale, lucrative compensation for all different levels for all plans. We've got a residual component that is offered for the life of the membership. When the membership renews, we get paid again and again and again for the life of the membership. We have the ability to offer those of you that are interested overrides if you choose to build an agency or bring on a team or build a team or create or contract other agents. And that allows you to create more leverage because you receive the overrides from the sales generated from your team. And we also include other incentives like cash performance bonuses, annual incentive trips, and more. So let's talk about the compensation and the commission plans. There's 2 plans. And this slide talks about our level commission plan. Now, if you just want to grow a book of business long-term and be paid a level commission and a level annual residual for all of your renewals, everything that stays on the books, you get paid again and again, then this is the way to go. There's no retention factors. There's now no drop-off factors to worry about. It's just a level commission plan. And you can see that under the Legal Shield heading here, groups would be paid a level commission of 12.67. Larger groups would be paid 9.14%. If you sell small business plans, 12.2% would be your level commission and your level residual. The ID Shield structure is a little bit different. A little bit higher, you get 16% commission in a group environment, at the standard group rates. And if you need to be really competitive and lower the rates, it drops the commission down to 12%. Again, that's for the commission and the residuals, and it's paid out monthly as earned. So you build the book of business and you don't have to worry about it or fuss with it. You just get paid for what remains on the books. Now, some of our partners, they choose the high-low compensation plan. This other commission structure, referred to as the high-low compensation plan, with this plan, you would earn a higher first-year advanced commission and then a lower year-after-year residual commission based on your retention factors that could range anywhere between 4 and 12% residual renewals. So, for example, in the high-low, the first-year commissions for a group would be 38%. In the large group arena, 27%. Small business plans, 36%. And then the ID Shield goes up even higher, 48% advanced commission, annualized upfront. And the large group, if you're offering in a competitive environment, 36%. And then when those memberships renew annually is when your retention factor is calculated what the residual would be, anywhere between, like I said, 4 to 12%. So the reason it's called high-low is you get the high advanced commission up front, and then the reason the low comes in would be the lower residualized renewal commission, okay? So let's talk about this commission plan case study. Just to give you an example, an agent that sells 500 family, legal, and ID Shield memberships as a combo. Let's say it's offered to the client at $38.90 a month. And let's say, for the sake of illustration, this agent sells 500 plans. They would earn a first-year commission. We're not talking residuals here, just the first-year commission of approximately $100,000. So if you have a small agency and it took you all year to sell 500 memberships, then you could look at that as earning free and clear an extra $100,000. If you have a large brokerage where you might be able to sell, like some of our large brokers, 500 memberships a month, you can see that the revenue stream potential is quite substantial. And then we also offer our partners bonuses. We've got a new groups opened incentive bonus. Depends on how many groups you open up, which you can get bonus cash for the number of groups that you open. We've also got the number of plans that you sell or premium dollars that's sold. We've got bonuses for premium dollars sold as well. So there's a lot of bonuses and incentives also. And then for those of you that have business partners or other agreements or administrators that you have to pay or share commissions with to help you run your book of business, we can help you with easy to implement commission sharing to get you out of the accounting business trying to figure out who gets compensated for the work that they did, and we'll help do that for you. So as you bring people in or add sellers to your team, we can set up brokerage and commission sharing agreements to help take care of the commission splits for you. And then as we get close to the end here, we want to talk about our agent support. You know, we're going to give you the ability of having access to all kinds of support. We have an extensive support organization. We have an online portal which gives you quick access to your revenue and your commission reporting. We also give you easy access to the marketing materials and marketing support. We have on-site enrollers that are available and can help you with your enrollments on site if you need that assistance. We've got electronic enrollment options, paper enrollment options, full web enrollment options, and we can support and help you with all of these client types, whether it's electronic or paper or self-billing options. So as we conclude, why should you sell Legal Shield to your clients? Well, we'll just break it down in simple terms. First, we've got renewal commission sales. You get paid up front and you get paid again and again. We believe it's a generous compensation to add to your bottom line. It will help you strengthen your client relationships and insulate you from maybe someone else trying to come in. You can offer your clients more industry-leading products, and because Legal Shield has been doing it longer than anybody else as a very established company. Furthermore, there's no guaranteed issue. There's no long-term contracts. There's no claim forms to worry about. The benefit is portable. It can't be used against the employer. And we usually see a large participation and high utilization when we make these presentations to employer groups. So let's conclude here by talking about your next steps. We want to encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to today's webinar and get your question answered, get your paperwork completed if you'd like to get contracted to start selling these programs. Then we really want to encourage you to start informing your clients. that you've made the decision to expand your services portfolio. Go ahead and start letting them know and include these services in your daily client and prospective client conversations. You can educate your staff and your producers on these new services. You can then solidify, 3 to 5 decision maker or client meetings over the next couple of weeks so that you can start leveraging your Legal Shield team partner or your Legal Shield trainer that will help come alongside you to know what to say and to know what materials to present once you get those meetings set up. We want to help you to succeed. We want to encourage you to set up a lunch and learn, to have one of our Legal Shield trainers and partners to educate your staff and your producers. And if you're still not convinced, then we want to strongly encourage you to try the services yourself so you can build your confidence of the quality of these products if you need to do that before you start offering them to your clients. And we are confident that you will be very, very impressed. And that brings us to the end of our webinar for insurance and tax professionals. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I hope that this presentation helps you to better understand what we're doing here at Legal Shield Business Solutions and how you can incorporate these popular services into your business model. Now, if you're interested in taking those next steps, or if you have additional questions, or if you want to get contracted, I want to encourage you to get back with the Legal Shield professional that sent you the link to today's webinar so that they can begin assisting you with the materials that maybe you can start using to get that information in front of your clients. And last of all, if you're not currently working with a Legal Shield professional, you can contact me personally. My contact information is here on the screen, and I will be happy to assist you and to help you in any way I can to get your questions answered and to help you get up and running. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day, everyone.